Good evening, guys. So today I'm looking back to date 19 of the 2025 bootcamp because that day, I think it was the 25th of February 2025. It presented us with the A plus setup on gold, and this is the model that is my favorite model when trading gold. It also um, incorporates my bias for the day, the models 2024 and 2022, which is what I use to actually milk and kill gold, obviously. It also includes the macro, so it's pretty much a full package. That's why I call it the A plus setup. So I'm going to show you the analysis, and also I'm going to show you the trade execution with the bootcamp guys, and then excuse me, I'm gonna show you the live reactions from the bootcamp. I'm gonna show you also the balance and the other personal account that I was trading with the same setup, and the profits from each account, from each account, obviously. Okay, so let's get into it. Here I have a daily chart on gold. Obviously, the yellow shaded area being the last leg to the downside that took out sell side here. So that's a manipulation leg right there. We are trading at all-time highs here, and we are trading just above that buy side liquidity right there. Let me zoom in. So if you measure this manipulation leg from down to up here, you use your standard projections and get the negative 1.25 fulcrum point on a daily chart. You can expect price to reject and give you obviously a retracement, a big retracement back inside that range prior the move to that range, the recent range, so to say. So here you can see how it reacted from the fulcrum point. It rejected those prices right there. So that means that that level is being respected. So you want to study the second time it trades up into it. And if you have a PD array in a form of buy side liquidity, you can also study and anticipate price to react and give you some sort of respect. If it breaks and closes above it with displacement, you can easily expect price to go to negative 1.5 standard deviation, and you can expect it to even reach the negative 2 standard deviation. If you are trading at all-time highs, these are the tools that I mainly focus and rely on. And you can also include the weekly profile, daily profile kind of a thing to frame your setups. So here we had taken out previous week's high, and we closed back inside the range. The previous week's high that we took out lies just above the negative 1.25 fulcrum point right there. So that's a negative 1.25 daily fulcrum point is up here. You have this really buy side liquidity and this previous week's high, and we were trading on the 24th of Feb, if not the 25th, and then we had rejected higher prices above the previous week's high, and this was a Monday, and then we saw a sell off on Tuesday the 25th, and then this sell off on Tuesday we closed below previous day's low, the body right there. So that gave me a bearish bias, and I was looking down these relative weaker lows. Yeah, and on a weekly chart we have this sort of on a daily chart we also have this sell side imbalance inside this huge BC plus the daily volume imbalance right here. So this is what I'm using for strong liquidity in the next coming days. And I'm now gonna go to uh well, how the 4 hour chart looked like when we executed. So this is previous week's high on a 4 hour now. This is now on a 4 hour, and you can clearly see the reaction from the 4 hour after taking a previous week's high above the negative 1.25 fulcrum point. The up close candles here, when we closed bearish below this swing low here, because this is the swing low of the high that cleared buy side. When we closed bearish right there, sorry, when we crossed it actually and closed up below these consecutive up close candles right there, I was already bearish. Also looking at the CB here, midnight open above price. So when we opened, I think after 8:30, we took out this high here, and we referred to this imbalance here. This is my model. I want to see a buy side raid, bearish market structure shift here, and a fair value gap on 4 hour, and then and then I'll be having like some sort of relative equal lows down here that I'll be targeting, or seeing a low like that, or maybe an imbalance like that. Anything. So here I have these relative equal lows, which I'm still aiming. I was still aiming even the following day. I was already bearish here, so I'll be looking for shorts above midnight open right there. So let's go to the hourly chart now. This is the hourly chart. So you can see on the hourly chart, this is the same sell side closed and closed below that sell side liquidity right there. Don't want to take this week here. I'm taking the bodies because that's where majority of the volume is, and this is just a gap in the market. The market sees the weeks as gaps, so that's why even when I'm talking about the bearish market structure shift, I prefer to see a body close below the swing low like that. So these relative equal highs were pre-market highs. This is the 4-hour fair value gap that we traded up into, clearing pre-market highs. This is very important. If I'm bearish at 8:30, I want to see um price clear out the highs from 7 o'clock to 8:30. So at 8:30, if there are if there's a red folder news event, that's what I want to see. I want to see a sweep of those relative equal highs from 7 o'clock all the way to 8:30. I want to see a sweep inside a high time frame PDRA, like a fair value gap or an order block, and then a bearish market structure shift. And these lows here, they were my low hanging fruit. Sorry, these lows right here, these lows, that low, and because these ones were already cleared here, but this low and that low were relative equal lows. That one, that imbalance down there. And I'm happy that this is happening above midnight open, and I'm really looking for short lows. So let's go to a lower time frame than this one, which is the 15-minute. You can see right there, and you can also see right here, this is a 15-minute chart, so you can clearly see the relative equal highs here on the 15-minute. Smooth orders are meant to be jagged. So that was a Judas swing, and then a huge drop to the downside. So let's go to now a 5-minute chart. This is actually a 1-minute chart. So in 1 minute, you can clearly see those pre-market highs, pre-market range highs, the jaggedness down here, pre-market New York pre-market range sell side liquidity. So this is a low between 7 o'clock and 8:30, and at 8:30 we open. So this is when I now dive into a 1 minute looking for my setup. I pointed out on the live stream that I want to see price engage these highs, and I want to look for something above them to go short from. And you can clearly see that the market was kind of resisting higher prices here at midnight open, eventually closed above midnight open, tested it from above, acted as support, fill this imbalance here, rallied, clearing out pre-market range highs here inside that 4-hour fair value gap, CB, so to say. Bearish market structure shift below the swing low here, and we went short right there inside that imbalance. That's more than 2022. And then the targets were, I think, a discount here. I was using this reclaimed BC here for partials. First partial at 8:30 opening price. I also partial out something, and also below these lows here, I also took a partial. So I'm now gonna go back and give you like a zoomed version of the 1 minute chart. This is the inversion fair value gap. So here I want to focus on the 3 things that agreed for me to go short from. That also gives me like a high probability kind of an entry. If I have three things agreeing for a short, that's a high probability entry. So one, I am above midnight open here, also above 8:30 opening price. I'm extremely premium. I just cleared relative equal highs, and at entry here I have a change in state of delivery, which is a bearish order block right there. I have an inversion fair value gap, that's 2. I also have this CB here, that's 3. Okay, I also have a breaker, that's 4. Bearish break. I have more than 3 PDRAs here agreeing for a short, and that's why this is a high probability kind of an entry. And here was our execution. We went short right there, a 15-hour kind of a trade. And if the only thing that makes this such a banger is because I'm trading in alignment with my bias, and I'm also waiting for a sweep, and I'm going short at low risk sell right there. I'm not waiting for a market to rally. I just trust that it's no longer going to come for the high that cleared buy side, the pre-market range highs. That's what I trust and believe, and that's what makes me that gave us such a long as trade. Okay, so here are the smooth highs, and this is my checklist for this A plus setup. At 9:30 swept the relative equal highs, pre-market highs. So you can see down here, this is 9:30. The bias was established as a bearish bias based off of the weekly, daily, and 4-hour. And the pre-market range lows were not swept at 8:30. So this is very important because we still have this sell side here in tech. So that's what we're going to be attacking at 8:30. We only opened and went all the way up for buy side liquidity up here, not below the market for sell side. And then looking for sell positions above midnight open and above 8:30 open. That's another premium indicator right there. I don't need the RSI. And then the pre-market range highs are swept inside of a 4-hour CB. This is a 4-hour point of interest. More than 3 things are green for a solid entry. I already outlined this. And then also a market maker X model or an A&D profile. In this case, it was a market maker model. Original consolidations here, accumulation, first stage, second stage right there, and then low risk sell. And these here, testing the midnight open, this was a low risk sell, first stage distribution. And then down here, when we're using this inversion, this was just retesting the inversion fair value gap. Also, you can look at this 8:30 opening price being tested with the CB, confluencing with the CB. That was my second stage distribution right there. And also the order block here, you can also call that your first stage distribution, but also I like this one here. But you can already see the annotations. I already have them on my chart here. Boom, delivered sell side. So this is an A plus setup, and I'm now going to show you my execution from the 25th. This is the execution. Okay, just give me a second. This is the setup. Give me a second. This is the setup. So this is the execution on the personal account. You can see that I have actually have 2 lots on this account running. So you can see that this is a 5,000 account. I actually started trading this account. This is a bootcamp account. So this is a bootcamp account. I was also on buy euro buys, which were in profit. So day 19 was actually a double win. We had 2 trades in the bootcamp that day, but I like this one because this was an A plus setup. So that was the profits at the time. This was after 9:30. In South African time, you can see it's 4:53, which is during the macro, 9:53 macro New York time. And you can see down there, I was actually going to pay more than 4,000, but I took partials. This was after taking partials. I was now sitting at 1.7 profits from these trades. Initially, the account, I started this account with 4,000, so you can see the reaction from the bootcamp and the guys, after reaching the target. and you can see that the drums and everything. It, it was pretty much, you know, wild in there. I don't know if the sound is there, but this was after, you know, closing some partials on the trade, obviously. And it went on and on. This is after taking partials on gold, and I left euro trades, and this was after it had arrived down there at our point of interest. And then you can see the W's in the chat. You can see the W's in the chat right there. Beautiful trade. All right, so I'm now going to show you guys the second trade, which was taken, I think, on the 24th of Feb. It's actually the same setup. I was bearish from the same weekly and daily bearish bias. So here I just waited for a pre-market range high swept to from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You mark your high and your lowest low right there. So these are the lowest lows. Let me show you. I was bearish for the day, right? So these were my lows here. Sell side liquidity right there. We opened at 8:30. We took out sell side, and then we went higher. But I didn't want to go short right there because I want to see this high being swept first before trusting that it's gonna go short. We didn't go short right there. We waited. I wanted to see it's okay if it's gonna respect this fair value gap. I'm happy going short below this imbalance and below this low here, targeting sell side liquidity down here from the hard time frame, right? But looking at how we traded up all the way up here, okay, this reaction, the first reaction was good, but this, it kept on. I thought it was going to come for this highs. I wanted it to take out the pre-market range highs so bad, so I waited. I waited because also silver was not bearish, because I was using silver as a barometer to check and see if it's leaning bearish. So silver was not bearish, you know. Then it was also kind of facing up. So I said, no, let me wait for 9:30, and then it went all the way up and swept these highs here. So after sweeping these highs, I saw it close below this reclaimed CB. Basically, it was a CB that was supposed to be respected here and push price lower, but we went above it. Then when we broke below it for the second time and closed below it, the body, and it was after 9:30. I knew that post 9:30, because 8:30 we opened and we went for the lows here, and then we went for the highs. Obviously 9:30 to 6 sell side, so we went short right here with the group. We went short right here. Stop loss was above the swing high, and we aimed for a clean 4.7 up to this sell side liquidity here. Now we've generated more sell side to the downside, and I'm leaning with my bearish bias. And if 8:30 fails to do the sweep, I know for a fact that 9:30 will deliver. So I'm now going to show you the executions from that day with the bootcamp guys. And you can see this is during the trade, the W's, and this is the execution. You can clearly see that I was using gold as a 6 sister after getting SMC up here, and you can see that now the live reactions, because I was recording this video does not have a sound also, and you can clearly see the executions for the numbers, the partials, and pretty much everything. So this is day 21 in the bootcamp. You guys are missing out. I think the balance is now over 200. Some people are selling at $325. We are approaching probably this week or next week. The next target will be 5,010. Then from there on, we'll go to 20, 30, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna show you the channel now. This is the live bootcamp channel. Live bootcamp channel. These are the executions. I'm gonna show you that this guy is sitting at $392, almost $400 now. My brother here made a lot of mistakes, so it's still sitting around 59.59. All in is sitting at almost 400, 385. Meter is sitting at 110. So yeah, these are the latest results. Okay, so I don't know how to take partials. I shared the video on how to take partials. So this is very these are the W's that you saw on stream. These are the W's that you saw on stream, nothing edited. Pretty much you can see everything. So yeah, this is it, guys. Hope this was insightful, and I'm just pretty much doing the same thing over and over every day. It repeats and it won't stop. Signing out. This is Saikido. Cheers. See you guys on the next one. Hope this was very insightful. And yeah, this is how you become successful in trading. You just do the same thing over and over again. You repeat, whether lose, whether you win, you keep repeating the same thing with the proper risk management. After you've obtained the skill, there is one way to go to the upside, to the top 1% of this world. See you guys on the next one. Hope this is very insightful. Cheers.